What's up, everyone? It's Sean. Now, I'm actually making this video kind of day late. I've actually been up all night working on a paper and just read some comments. And pretty interesting. One says on my college video that pretty much they think that I think that I know more than everyone else in the world. Obviously, I don't. No, not even close. My thing is, I feel like no one else in the world pays attention to anything. It's not that I know more. It's not that I'm some smart mega genius. I just happen to notice things. That's the only thing that I'm saying. And another thing, I don't think that any major in college is really a real major. Yes, engineering, you do learn things. I'm not talking about the classes that you take and actually learn things. I'm talking about the courses that are required courses, like, I don't know, maybe taking Library 160 at Iowa State. Who actually needs to take a course to know how a library works? No one needs to take that course. Like 90% of kids in college now shouldn't even be in college. What are they gonna? They're gonna go and they're gonna get a college degree in, let's say, marketing, which I know that's not a real major. And yes, Brent, that is not what I'm talking about. But we'll just say they'll get a degree in marketing, and then they have no real job. They come out, they don't know anything more than they did before. Go back 50 years. There was actually practical jobs. There was jobs for people who actually did not have to go to college. You could actually go into manufacturing. You can make a living. You didn't have to get a master's degree to get a job that would be the equivalent of a job you get 50 years ago without a degree. We're creating a service sector economy, which last time I checked doesn't produce anything. So we have all these people who are getting these jobs, who are getting jobs in the service sector. So people are going to college to be Verizon wireless salesmen. Why do you need to go to college to become a Verizon wireless salesman? You're creating this competition, and then what are people getting out of it? They're just getting loans from banks for all these student loans. And the only reason the banks are loaning these loans out is because they're backed by their federal government. 50 years ago, student loans were not backed by the federal government. So what does that mean? Less people went to college. So what did they get? They got a better college education, and it was cheaper because there was less demand for college. You had more options. You didn't have to go to school. And look, we spend billions and billions of dollars per year educating people to go to college who graduate with, $100,000 in debt, and then they don't wind up using their degree. And then what do? They default. And then what happens? Their credit is ruined forever, practically. Now, I know it's not literally forever, but it really messes you up. And it's just, one comment says, I would rather not be fiscally responsible. Okay, so you're just going to be like everyone else in the United States, which obviously that's fine, but just to let you know, when the shit really hits the fan, like it's go, because most of the debt is actually becoming due in May for the United States. What happens whenever China wakes up? What happens when they're like, oh, we don't want none more of your debt? Do you know what's going to happen? Our whole economy will collapse. You know why? The Chinese currency will then rise because they will not be buying any more of our debt. So their currency will not keep inflating. So their currency will then rise in value. What happens then? All of our cheap Chinese imported goods then skyrocket in price. So what happens? Walmart suddenly becomes really expensive. They're already talking about in June about having to raise prices because the Chinese RMB is already gaining value. So what does that mean? That means you can't go buy all your gay-ass little, sorry for saying the word gay in case I get pounded by YouTube or something, but really lame-ass Xbox games. Then you know what's going to happen? Those Xbox 360s are going to cost like $1,000 or more instead of being $299. Why? Because we don't make anything in this country. And why don't we make anything in this country? Because everyone's going to school to learn stuff they don't need to learn with money that they didn't need to borrow. So that's why college is pointless. Okay? I'm not saying college is pointless because I think education's bad. No, people need to get educated. Education's so necessary. But what I mean by education is practical education. Like, if you're going to become an engineer, yes, you need to take engineering courses. But you should be doing internships. I mean, I think practical applications and practical, actual, on-the-job experience is way more important than taking English 150 and English 250 and all these just completely wasteful courses that you're not going to get anything out of. So that's what I mean by college is pointless. And no, just I'm going to make this clear again, I do not think that I am smarter than everyone else in the world. Okay? Never in my life have I ever said that. Do I feel like it sometimes? Yes, because I happen to go to Walmart and I see people who just make me want to puke. Okay? I mean, if you don't see that when you go to Walmart, where are you at? I mean, honestly, it's just gross. It is nasty. When Walmart, go to McDonald's. I'm sorry. People at McDonald's seriously, they can make anyone feel like a genius. So I'm not saying that I'm smarter than everyone in the world, but I think there's a lot of really dumbass people out there. All right? So that's what I mean by college is pointless. Now, before you guys go making these really dumbass comments that, honestly, it's fine. You guys can make dumbass comments. I'm not going to delete them. But truly, you're the one that looks like a dumbass, not me. So, if you guys want to continue to do that, fine, no problem. But just remember, Brent, I didn't vote for Obama. And guess who's heading the ship right now? Barack Obama. So, have fun with that whenever, can't get shit for anything. Alright? Well, I'm going to go to bed and wake up and do a paper. So have fun and talk to you later.